Hold on, let me take a sip.
I might have to text the barista for a latte.
I got lost in Katuit on my way here.
How do you get lost a town over?
Yeah.
Wait, how?
Dude, is this like just so like me though? Yeah, it was Waze wanted me to go off on a road to avoid some traffic. So I said, sure. And then I thought I was smarter than Waze and tried to be like, I think I can take this left. And then it was not a left. And then
Are you smarter than Waze? Usually yes, but not today.
No, definitely not ever.
And not in Katuit.
No. And I was like, oh, that's water. I'm in the wrong direction.
You should Michael Scott it and just keep driving.
Well, what's funny is I have like a better understanding of the water line and like the bays than I do the road.
Yeah, because you're usually on a boat, right?
Right. So like if you threw me in the Katuit Harbor area and I'd be like, oh, I know where I am. I can figure my way out. No problem. In a kayak, no sweat. But like if you drop me on a road off, whatever that is, 28, I'd be like,
does not compute.
No, 0.
You weren't that late anyway. It's fine.
No, I prepped for that though.
It's your day off.
It is my day off.
That's exciting.
And I had yesterday off too.
How do you get 2 days off in like midweek?
Yeah, I don't really
That's
know
kind
how
of
that happened.
fun.
It was because I was trying to make sure that my team was set with their other days off. So I just ended up being mine just ended
I'll
up
take what's left over.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a rando Tuesday, Wednesday.
And I did literally nothing yesterday. I
That's
didn't
so
do
good,
laundry.
though.
I didn't do anything.
I think that's so important. My to-do list is never short.
Oh.
So I feel like taking a day to just do nothing because I chose so
It was
is
nice.
good.
Yeah, I probably could have gotten out of bed. Like it was nice
Yeah.
weather. I was just watching Bridgerton all day.
There you
the
go.
New one. I could have moved to like a couch or like the outdoor area.
I call those strength gathering days.
Yeah. So today I was like, we are doing laundry. We are catching up. We are checking your email today. We are doing something rather than just like sit in bed and online shop while you're watching Bridgerton for like 12 hours.
Yeah, because that does it is a black hole. You get really stuck there.
Yeah.
And then so unmotivated.
Yes.
So I'm glad that you motivated today to get stuff done.
Oh my God.
Good for you.
We showed up today.
Yay. Hooray for us. Celebrating
hooray.
small wins.
What's going on with your week?
It's just I'm gathering everything and trying to get everything ready because we're going away just for 2 days. It's really like
Again?
a night and a half.
Where are you going now?
New York.
Oh.
It's big. I have no idea what I'm wearing to an opera.
Oh, right. We talked
This
about
is
that.
not
What is
like
wrong
this
with
is
me?
not my bellwether of what the hell I'm gonna wear. And then we're immediately coming home and she's got prom and then
Oh,
it's
yeah,
Mother's Day.
yeah.
So it's just like that shit show of okay, this is what it is.
I knew this was happening.
And I wondered how once again my children have co-opted my Mother's Day for themselves. It's Kenzie's birthday last week. It's my daughter's birthday next week. And it's Mother's Day this week. So we're just kind of having one family trip.
Perfect.
We're going to see my brother. We're going to see an opera. We're going to have a nice meal in the city and then come home.
I think that's great and
I
convenient.
mean, in all of our busy lives and everything that's going on,
Yeah.
like it's just really nice to just connect. We're celebrating these milestones. It doesn't have to be a big to-do.
Yeah, agreed.
And then we're on with our life.
I love
that. Yeah.
Can you believe there's only 2 weeks until
No.
Memorial Day?
Today when I looked at it, I was like, May hit double digits. Good for you, May.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Shit. I am so not ready for the summer.
I know. I have some work projects coming down the pike and everything is like in context of like Memorial Day. Like I'm like, okay, there's a weekend and this happens this weekend and then there's this weekend and then it's Memorial Day and then there's this weekend and everything is just like either the before or the after.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I am so blessed to have a friend that is in the wellness industry that checks in with me. Like,
Oh yeah.
I have a lull in my schedule. Here's this. So tomorrow I'm getting a lash lift and tint and
Oh.
she's giving me a spray tan. I'm like, what the hell do I need a spray tan for? I was like, well, tan fat looks better than blobby white fat. So
Listen, it
just
worked-
spray it up.
It worked wonders for me for that wedding.
Spray it up. Let's
Spray
get
it.
it done.
It really does.
right?
It does change.
So
things
I'm excited.
altogether.
I was like, fine, I'm going to the opera. I'll get some good, nice photos. Maybe I'll even get my
Yeah.
hair done.
Oh, I love that.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and enjoy it. Like I said, it's a blip, but it's gonna be fun and it's full with my family. So
Yeah,
I
I love
couldn't be
that.
happier.
That's awesome.
That is a great Mother's Day gift to myself. So I feel like anything purchased this week is, it's Mother's Day. I can buy that for me.
Yeah, why not?
Because I know they won't.
Do what you want. What's the point? Yeah.
Exactly.
I
I'll
love
get what
that.
I want. All right. Are we ready to get into what's roasting?
Yeah, why not?
Let's do this.
So the Weeknd says he's kind of over and done with it.
There is a point, and I'm just speaking as in my field as a broadcaster. I've been doing the same damn thing for 25 years, that you just go and get sick of the industry as it is, the people as it is, the things in it as they are, and you're just over it. And I feel like he's over it.
Yeah, but the interesting thing about this is that like he's saying that he's kind of over the Weeknd.
Yeah.
He's over this alter ego.
Mhm.
He's not over music. He's not done with his profession.
You're
He's
never-
just done with this character.
Persona. Yeah.
Which I think is interesting. So he says, it's getting to a place and a time where I'm getting ready to close the Weeknd chapter. I'll still make music, maybe as Abel, maybe as the Weeknd, but I still want to kill the Weeknd. And I will eventually. I'm definitely trying to shed the skin and be reborn. I'm like, okay, that's very graphic.
I know, right?
I just want to kill the Weeknd. At least it's an alter ego and not. Do you have an alter ego?
No. Well, that's Stephanie Viva. So my husband's like, I don't like her. I like my wife. But now that he's kind of like started doing work with me and we're kind of in the same field, just on opposite ends of it.
Yeah.
He's like now understanding that persona,
That's Stephanie Viva.
that public facing persona.
Yeah.
The face, he calls it. But it is. I mean, you have to be pleasant in public. You have to put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, I love that you like, troll Stephanie. I appreciate that.
I appreciate that.
I do, obviously, because you want somebody to love you for you deep down at the core.
Yeah.
And when I get to be my core,
After
I don't find it attractive, but he does.
After what? How many? 25?
25 years together, 20 years married this year.
Can you
Yeah,
imagine
for
at
sure.
25 years if he didn't know the core or he wasn't into it? Like, what would you say?
Awkward. I know. I'm going to kill the Stephanie Viva and we're going to move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Another one.
If you had to have, do you think you could reinvent an entire new alter ego, like an entirely new personality?
I'm tired. I want to like sit by the beach and just stare at water for the rest of my life. Like, I'm kind of good with that.
Yeah.
Just leave me be here. You guys go do and make great things. I'll be part of it when you ask me.
I think I could have an alter ego. I think in general, I'm such a shapeshifter and I have so many different sides to me where I could focus on one and build something around.
What is Beyonce? Sasha Fierce?
Yeah.
Like every single one of those rappers and musicians have changed their name, changed the way their outlook is. And I think that just shows growth. And it's fine if you want to call it a certain thing, but you're just moving on to the next phase of you.
Yeah. I don't know. The temper in me could probably get its own name.
It's like my girlfriend is Eva, but she's Ava when she's drinking because she's extra.
That's funny.
She moves to the top of the alphabet.
Yeah. I don't even need to be drinking. Like if something to my core doesn't settle, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
You can't.
And I like feel bad about it because then I look back and I'm like, ooh, girl went off a little bit. She maybe didn't need to. Like, let's rein it in. But it's just this like, it's like that, like seeing red. Like, can't.
I want to jump into that a little bit more. Maybe on Friday's episode when we do recommendations, because there's a new show out. And it's another version of this Candy, what's her face, the serial killer, the serial killer, but the murderer in Texas that got away with it. But it was like that snap, that alter ego where somebody pushed her buttons a certain way and she doesn't even recollect being there.
I mean, let me just say this for the public. I couldn't kill a man. Like, that is beyond anything I could do. But like, I definitely will defend myself.
I'm trained in unarmed combat. I could kill you. So don't push me.
You think I remember that sitting here next to you arguing about dumb stuff all day? Like, this is why we talk about celebrities. We don't talk about real stuff.
So, I mean, you really got to try.
Yeah. True.
If I'm defending myself or my family, watch out. That's a totally different story.
Somebody brought it up to me recently. I was out. I hit a guy in a bar a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
He totally deserved it. But like,
you actually, like, with all of your force and might hit a guy?
Not with all of my force and might.
Okay.
But I definitely like.
It was a little bit more than a love punch.
It was pretty deliberate. Yeah. But he was definitely on plenty. And it was that same thing. Like, you say you push. And then he just said one thing where like, on no planet would it ever be okay for a man to speak to a woman in this capacity. And I'm not going to repeat what he said, but like, it was extremely derogatory and disrespectful after like having this entirely disrespectful conversation the whole time that I was trying to get out of. Said the thing and then like got in my face, and then I was like, nope, not doing it. But somebody brought up to me recently, was like, didn't you hit that person? And I was like, oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
actually.
I forgot all about that.
But like in my core, like I'm not a violent human.
Well, I'm glad it didn't live right there for you to just be like, yeah, I totally did. But you had to remember the episode.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't your finer moment.
I wasn't drunk.
No.
Like we were all drinking, but I was like completely together.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but it doesn't live in that personal that space in your brain where you're like, I won that, or I did that. That was wonderful. No.
It was like I cannot
shit, that was not me, my best self. He was not his best self.
No.
It's okay to put those way to the back.
It's like one of those things you just like remember.
Put it in the black file, all the way in the back.
Those like disrespectful, derogatory, misogynistic, disrespectful to my family comments. That's where you'll get me to like.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Whew.
So back to the Weeknd.
So yes, we definitely understand
let go of that alter ego. Maybe I'll retire mine with him.
There you go.
Yeah, but he's also, I think, working on some other stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
He said that he was talking about an elaborate rollout plan for his next musical project, hinted at the completion of a trilogy that includes 2020's After Hours, last year's Dawn FM, and then some of the other stuff that he's been working on. So good for him.
Have you listened to his music recently?
No.
Neither have I.
So I can't say that I'm like, wow, I've seen this evolution coming.
I think like one or two songs here and there. He did that remake with Ariana Grande, which was slamming.
You know that he's an amazing musician, and I'm curious to see what your next projects are, or whatever your name is.
Although, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't he the one that did the bandaged face Super Bowl?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. I'm just getting
with all the mirrors.
Yeah, that was weird, right?
I don't know whether it was a Super Bowl team or this was what his.
But was it him or was it the Weeknd?
Yeah, we'll blame the Weeknd on that one.
Maybe
especially if we're killing him.
Maybe that's why he needs to be retired. That was not a good idea. I'm gonna go crawl back in my hole right now.
Can't wait to hear what's next. Good luck to you. So yesterday, this news came across the wire.
Like shooketh. I'm shooketh.
Did you just make that word up? I love it.
I don't know.
I'm shooketh as well. We be shooketh at this conversation. Not only the fact that Robert De Niro is out there
79.
having 7 children, he's 79 years old. And as soon as I heard the news that he was yet again a father, I thought to myself, is that elitist? Is that I have everything? Is that selfish? But then I started doing a deep dive where I needed not, because I'm a psycho.
Yeah, of course.
So here I am like, well, they do say that children have higher IQs with older fathers because whatever, I forget what I know. The stuff that I unearthed yesterday.
Good information to have.
Because I was just so curious. I was like, because that is just awful. I'm like, why would you do that to a child? That child's barely going to know you.
I don't know if you're, to interrupt you, mother is not publicized. Like nobody knows who the mom is. Mm-mm. So that being said, I don't know. I get that I'm 30. But like, if I met Robert De Niro and he was like, "Can I buy you a drink?" I would probably say yes.
Or how do we not know that this wasn't a donation? Like she was like, "Listen, I want to be a mom." Blah 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 blah. They've got a relationship together, and he just said, "Yeah, like whatever, like a sperm donation." You know what I mean?
Weird. I'm gonna bet
it is totally weird.
Well, he's divorced from his wife.
Yeah,
right.
He's had separate with every piece of his career. It's almost like compartmentalizing.
Yeah.
The Weeknd. It's with every piece of his career, he's had a new wife and a new life with other children. So his children are like one set of kids are 40, one set of kids are 25.
Yeah.
The next set of kids were like, I thought we were done here when he had a 10-year-old, but now here we are starting this whole thing again. And I'm like,
well, he probably doesn't have to do much with the kid. He gets to probably participate as much or as little as he wants in that, like he's Robert De Niro. Like he probably doesn't have to get up in the middle of the night and change diapers. So the thought of having another kid is way less.
But can you parent well at 79 years old? Even in the interview that he gave when he released this information, because he chose to share this, he could have gone on being dad, and we never would have known.
I think smart decision. Better to share it rather than for somebody to find it.
But he just said, I've got this relationship with my kids. No, somebody said, and it was an accident because they were like, oh, how do you feel about being a father of 6? And he was like, actually 7. I just had a baby. Like, and they were like, they were shooketh as well. And then
Yeah.
that conversation happened where he went into, then they were like, well, what kind of dad are you right now? And he's like, obviously, it just sounded, he sounded very stern. It didn't
Yeah.
sound like it was a particularly warm relationship
Well, that's
with
why
these children.
Well, that's why I said, like, he gets to kind of participate as much or as little as he wants. Like,
Yeah.
as Robert De Niro, he's got his own career. He's got these multiple baby mamas, so to speak, who kind of are in charge of their own particular clan of children,
Yeah.
right? And he, so to speak, can, if he wants, write the check. Right. And then he gets to kind of determine the relationship he has with them based on his schedule or whatever. That's on him. That's his responsibility, because he doesn't necessarily have to be at home, like bringing kids to soccer practice, changing diapers.
That was
like,
never going to be his role.
No, he never had to be. Right. So I think like being a father to him is probably completely different than like our average Joe Schmo being a father, where it's like that, completely different.
Well, yeah, being a father 80 years ago was completely different.
Well, that too. Do you think he like...
I'm a different parent.
He, like, gets nauseous at like the comparative price to strollers from his first kid to his new kid?
Do you think that even registers in his brain? Do you think he even knows what the cost of a stroller is?
No, probably not. Now that I'm saying,
you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what that costs. I have people for that. Yeah. Like, you just tell me what I'm allowed.
I don't touch my money. I use my credit card. I go out. I buy the things.
Things I want,
and then I move on. Somebody else deals with everything else. Pays my credit card bills. Is my accountant. Whatever.
Yeah. It's not a regular life that we live. So I can't put regular day-to-day life values on it. And I know for me, in my own experience, being a mom to my 23-year-old, I'm a completely different mom to my 14-year-old at this point in my life, just because I've grown up. We've talked about this on this pod before. It's just a different. So I can't imagine having children that are 50 to having a newborn.
Yeah. But you're also a much more involved mother.
Yes, I'm a mother. That's right. I feel like it's already different.
Well,
and I'm not saying that every dad
you didn't
is like that.
Have a nanny, have an accountant,
right?
Have a night nurse. Like you didn't. You did it all.
Well, I did have an au pair. We did have au pairs for like 3 years.
That's cool.
Yeah, I liked it though because it gave me a little bit of a break. But really, all I did was use it to work more. It didn't actually help me in that capacity, but it helped my children be more social. And it helped them in other situations and to not be afraid of other cultures. It was more of a cultured familial living situation. Yeah. But we did have extra help that I paid for. So yeah, I mean, I did, but not on that level that the celebrities are dealing with the way that they have nannies and all of the things. Do we think
though this was on purpose? Do you think he like met a girl? Let's call her, I'm a baby making age. Let's call her 30.
I think this was on purpose, though.
That phrase just came out of my mouth. Make it stop.
Right?
I take it back.
That would be you, like whatever, and you're like, I want to be a mom.
The thought of me being responsible enough to have a child right now feels like a lot. Anyway, do you think it was one of those things where he met a 30-year-old, they were going out, and they were just like, oh shit, now I'm pregnant, or it was like,
my eggs are running, my time to procreate is running out,
or like we're in this relationship, let's try.
I feel like it was different. I feel like it was more of transactional.
So interesting.
I don't know anything about this, but if I were to be in that situation, I do not feel like it's like a love situation. I feel like it's more of a convenience factor. She wants something, he wants something. Or maybe he did offer to impress because he gave nothing about the mom, which means he does not want her in the limelight. Or doesn't feel the need to share any information about her, which to me feels transactional.
Oh, to me, it feels relationship. To me, it feels relationship accidental. Like I've been seeing this 30-year-old and I did not mean to impregnate her, and I can't tell her to do something with that. So now I'm a parent again, but like I'm not really going to parent this kid because it's hers. And like we have this very private relationship that it was not supposed to get out. We were not supposed to have a child. So now I'm going to let her do her thing, and I'm going to have this kid over here, and I'll write those checks, and we're going to hang out maybe.
I'm just so curious as to what this really is. I know,
we just want all the details.
I'm just nosy, and there's no judgment. I'm just curious. I'm one of those people that rubbernecks car accidents. I'm curious. I'm going to watch it. I watch squeezing videos. I just want to know.
So weird. So weird. All right, we're moving on. Sia tied the knot.
I didn't even know she was dating anybody. She's notoriously
quiet.
private. She won't even show her damn face. So there's that.
So that's why I was so confused. There was a picture of her, like a flyover picture in her dress. That? And I was like, wait, this is the first time I've actually seen this girl.
I've seen her once before. I forget where she showed up.
She's blonde, in case anybody was wondering.
She showed up on, I feel like it was an Idol. Oh, no, it was actually a Survivor finale because she was a fan. And she showed her actual face. And I was like, wait, what?
Like, brain cannot compute.
She was so in love with one of the characters who wouldn't eat the chicken and made the chicken the best friend because she's a vegetarian. She's a vegan.
Oh, my God.
So she came on the show to be like, even when you were starving on death's door, you didn't eat the chicken because you loved the chicken and made the chicken a pet.
So weird.
So she ended up going on the show to give him money.
Oh, my gosh.
But that was the first time I saw her face, and I was like, "What?"
I've never seen this person.
Yeah, it was a really.
She was hot for a minute. She like for more than a minute. She had the things going.
Well, and now she is happily married, apparently.
Yeah, but the funny thing about this is she got married at the Domenico Dolce and Stefano Gabbana's house in Portofino, Italy.
Why is that?
Because that's where Courtney and Travis got married.
Oh,
like same spot. So like the picture of the flyover is like.
The same
at the same spot, which I think is so interesting because they just did this whole documentary about how special it was that they opened up their home to have this wedding, and then like less than a year later, it's like we also did it for Sia.
Yeah, Logan. Right. It depends. What does your portfolio look like?
Apparently, they open up their home to these celebrities. Which
well, if you're
Dolce and Gabbana,
right?
Not?
What do you care? You want people to use the space. I would want people to use my space if I had a gorgeous space like that.
I would.
You want to make memories and magic moments here? Please come.
Yeah, but don't you think it takes away from it a little bit if like there's a difference in celebrity A-list versus B-list, whatever, between the Courtney and Travis wedding and Sia?
I don't know.
Kravis versus Sia.
Well, Kravis, I think Kravis is,
but they're like A-list.
Are
and
they?
Sia
though?
is.
I feel like they're trashy. I think she's classy.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like their personas in the. I'm just talking about.
I'm just talking about their celebrity.
The weight of them in pop culture. That's what I mean. A-list versus C-list.
But I don't think Dolce and Gabbana really care about the weight of anything in pop culture.
No, they don't have to do anything.
Right? They don't Dolce care. They're just like, sure, you want to use this place?
Still,
Absolutely.
Shockingly, a really good documentary. In the looks from that were great. Like I'll watch. I
still haven't seen it.
I'll watch it again for the fashion.
I just don't like them.
I know, but it's good. It's beautiful. It makes me want to get married.
I suffered through the whole first season of Kardashians, and then
I know we have to do it again though, just so you know.
I don't know.
The reason we have to do it though is because it ends up being majority of the stories that come through that we talk about are everything's from the show, so we might as well just watch the show and then we can talk.
So if you're out there and you're ingesting pop culture, please stop being fans of them, so I don't have to watch this horrible show.
Just get over it. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it. Get over it.
Okay, I'll take one for the team. I'll do it.
That's really all I've got for the celebrity stuff today.
Well, you did want to talk about some others about snooping.
I loved this. I wanted to talk
because we are those people that can't keep scrolling. We need to know. I'm curious.
I'm curious about because I know where I stand on this, so I pulled it because I was curious about where you stand.
More than 4 in 5 people admit to snooping through other people's digital devices. I got the new iPhone. I got a purple iPhone yesterday.
Wow.
And when my husband said, just hand me your phone so I can go to the iPhone store, I said, okay.
You don't,
I don't care.
Yeah.
And there's probably stuff in there that he'd be mad about. And I'm sure that they're like emails and stuff that I like not sexually inappropriate.
Oh.
Just like things
that
made me
disappointed. Like, what are you about to tell me on this
stuff podcast? He tells me not to say, people he tells me not to talk to, things that he tells me not to do, I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Like he knows I'm gonna.
53% claim that they found something incriminating or concerning while going through someone else's device. The most common thing people find is evidence that their significant other is cheating or flirting with other people. In fact, 70% say that they've discovered evidence of digital flirting or in-person cheating after going through someone's device.
I don't even know my husband's passcode.
I am part of that 70%, baby.
I mean, if it was given to me, like I would want to know, like if I had it, if I had the time to care about it, or I felt something was off, I would. There was a situation recently in my family where I had to do a little bit of snooping, a little bit of detective work.
Oh.
It was stuff that I didn't want to do. It was places I didn't ever want to go. And she was a snooper. She had like full out printed text messages of him documented and was making something up that wasn't actually there from what was documented and trying to go to the person in which the text messages were about and send them like a letter like so-and-so is not your friend, blah, 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 blah.
Which
and I was like,
child is this?
wow, not a child, a full grown-ass woman.
Oh my God.
A grown-ass woman, a 55-year-old professional woman. And I was horrified because I was like, wow, like you really don't trust this situation.
Yeah, that's brutal.
It was magnified. So I don't know if they made themselves crazy about this situation because that's how I perceive it from being an outsider, an investigator. I am not Nancy Drew.
I am.
I do not want to be involved in any of this.
I am, and I will go get that information that I need.
I feel like
point blank.
The more you look, you've also been lied to.
Well,
cheated.
The amount of stuff that I found on the phone that I mean, I knew, of course, but truthfully, it gave me so much clarity about the relationship and about what was going on that like I probably would still have questions or would still be in the dark about some stuff had I not had that information.
But now you know.
So I'm glad I did.
Okay.
Like I will say, if I'm in a trusting relationship where I feel like I'm getting that honesty and I don't feel like I need to, then no, what do I care? And I love an open phone policy. I think it's great. I think it's, even if like there is no issue, the opportunity and the commitment to transparency speaks more volumes than whatever could potentially be found, right? Like that's what I think.
Yeah.
That being said though, if I need to find something, I will. And I can like 100% I've done it. I've gone through all the places. I know exactly the places to look.
I feel like every woman has been in that space. And you know, years ago there was an incident where I could have done all of that, but I chose not to. And that was just my personal choice.
I won't do it. Like, especially maybe it's the trauma now. Like 10 out of 10 would do it again. 10 out of 10 would do it again. Which is maybe terrible. Maybe it's like a bad thing to say, but like I would 100%, 87% go straight to their target's messages, emails, or social media DMs. Nearly half, 44%, check out a person's photos while snooping. 38% read through the target's browser history. I would do I would do it. Yeah, I hate to say it. Like I would do it again.
I just feel like sometimes and in some situations you're making your own self crazier. And also sometimes you're magnifying things that aren't even real.
But here's the thing. I have a very pragmatic and logical mind.
Okay.
And I can see things from an entirely different perspective, right? So if I go through and I am with somebody and I see a text message that maybe is a little bit iffy, it won't bother me. If it's a little bit iffy, it won't bother me. Like, okay, you're
definitely filing that somewhere.
You're maybe flirting
away
with that person a little bit. Cool. Sounds great. But like, if I go through your deleted emails and I find that you have reset your password on dating apps, now that's a little bit different.
Those are red flags, or like having no history, or like all of a sudden it's deleted and you're like, but why?
Right. So like, I think that is
fishy.
Like if I'm going through somebody's phone and something's like on the line of explainable, then like, I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah.
If I find something that's blatantly black and white, like, right, this is why I went through the phone because I needed to know that I'm not being gaslit. Right. Like I needed to have like very specific evidence. I'm going to like send me those screenshots. I need the receipts so that I know that I'm like vindicated here. Like my feelings were right. My gut was right. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to like, if I find something a little bit iffy, like, okay, then I'm not going to worry about it, or we're going to talk about it and you're going to explain about it and be like, oh yeah, I'm the asshole. Like I'm an idiot. I'm so sorry that I did that. Different than like the amount of shit, like sending photos, asking for photos.
We live in a digital age now. Everything is traceable. Everything is online. Live your life like you're being watched 24 hours a day and you won't have a problem if people snoop. You shouldn't care. Do you care if someone touches your devices? Like my children have a meltdown if I touch their device.
No, but I don't have that much going on in my whole life.
So I'm like, go, bye, take it. Do what you want with it. I got nothing.
So I think
and that could be for a complete stranger also.
Yeah.
Like whatever, go for it.
So yeah, maybe it has more to do with the reverse, right? Like I have never done anything that I would be worried about somebody going through.
Yeah.
You know,
that's why I'm like, when people get weird about their phone, I feel like that is a
That's
red flag.
Yeah.
So I don't even need to go through it. If you're weird about giving me your passcode or asking me why, then.
But it's not about getting a hint of what's, for me, it's not about getting a hint of what's going on, because if I'm already looking through your phone, I already have a hint that something's going on. I don't need that hint. I need the actual physical evidence so that I know that I'm not being gaslit. That's what it's about. I need to know that I have locked and loaded into winning this. More
than 1 in 3 have no regrets about snooping on another person, and clearly you definitely fall in that.
That's me. I'll do it 10 out of 10.
She is.
10 out of 10. Would do it again.
Does this sound like somebody you want to date? Let us know.
It's not my fault. I'm so traumatized. I won't trust anybody.
Tori. Get perky with us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
No, I'm not. Nobody's going to ask me out this week. Yeah.
No, I don't know. Maybe.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram with the First Shot Morning Show.
If you want someone to love you forever. Definitely check in. I got to talk about Fatal Attraction. That's coming up on Friday's episode for recommendations.
Oh, yeah. Content Friday coming.
Yep. First Shot Morning Show.
Goodbye.
The First Shot Morning Show is produced by Lemonadio. When life gives you lemons, make radio. We encourage everyone to listen happier.com.